Okay, good afternoon. Can you hear me? All right, thanks for the response. Okay, so this is corporate finance. All right, I hope you are in the correct class. This is corporate finance. All right, and I'm your tutor here. I'm Rafti. Okay, by the way, just to let you know, the tutorial session will be live stream on YouTube. So you don't need to go to YouTube to watch this tutorial. Just follow me in Zoom. The reason that I'm doing it live stream there so that you'll be a record there. So it'll be recorded on YouTube. So later on, when you need to refer to whatever the discussion that we have went through throughout the tutorial session, you can always watch it from the YouTube link. All right. So this is for convenience purposes lah. So for those who don't have the link and don't know where to get the link, this is the link. Okay, keep it, bookmark it. When you need it, you can go and watch it back. Okay, so for this week, all of the tutorial will be recorded. But next week onwards, I will only live stream one, then I will share the link with every other classes. So you'll just watch one live stream. Then no need to be repetitive of videos playing back the same topic over and over again in the channel. I mean, gonna be very confusing. All right, so I see there's 27 of you. It's the right time to begin. We'll cover chapter 1 and chapter 4 today. It's a pretty much simple tutorial actually. So without wasting much time, let's start it. I hope that you guys will have the questions with you. As we discuss together, you can refer to your questions. And if you feel that you in need of assistance when I'm discussing the question, you may always stop me via the Zoom chat. Okay, if I'm too fast, you can't follow, or you need me to repeat, let me know. Okay, or you have any questions, please voice it out. Don't be shy. All right, let's start with the first question. Chapter 1, Introduction to Corporate Finance. Okay, question number 1 here, they tell you, list and briefly describe 3 basic questions addressed by a financial manager. So question number 1 that they always ask is, what long-term investment? What long-term investment should the firm choose? Okay, when financial managers are being asked with this question, what long-term investment should the firm choose? This is basically testing on this. Capital budgeting, or we could also call it investment decision. Okay, the reason this question is being asked is to identify what are the firm's decision on the business progress. So when the questions ask you like this, what long-term investment should the firm choose? They are basically talking about capital budgeting, also known as investment decision. So basically, this question will be addressed to a financial manager to know what are their future goals with the firm. Are they going to expand the business by having more land, more property? Okay, or are they going to have expansion in the business by doing more research on the research and development or product development? Or are they going to acquire new company? Okay, so this is basically talking about the company's investment decision, okay, or the firm investment decision to expand their business, to make it larger, and etc. So this question addressed to that. So the second question that people will always ask a financial manager is, how should the firm raise funds for the investment? Okay, raise funds for the investment. So taking the first one, after you decided maybe you want to buy land or expand on R&D, research and development, coming up with new products. So how are you going to fund all these plans that you have, your investment decision? Okay, so this question is asking you about the capital structure. Capital structure, also known as financing decision. How are you going to finance your investment? So this is financing decision. So take note, when it comes to financing decision, it's separated into two: debt or equity. Just a recap, by right, you should already very clear about what is this. So debt is basically bonds, loans, borrowings. Okay, just to recap, what is bonds? Bonds is basically a borrowing from the public. So when a company or a firm issue bonds, means they are lending from the public. Okay, so borrowing from the market or borrowing from the public means bonds. Loans means you're borrowing from banks. You're taking a loan means you're borrowing from the bank. And of course, the last one is borrowings, borrowing from friends, families, and whatsoever. Your loan shark and so forth. Okay, equity is basically stocks. So when a company issues stocks, okay, they are selling off their equities. Okay, they are giving up their equities, okay, in exchange for new capital investment. All right, I think this is no rocket science to you guys, since this is something that you already went through in your intro to finance. Number three, question number three: how should short-term assets be managed and financed? So this is basically talking about short term, okay, your daily expenses. Okay, so this is basically your capital management. What kind of capital management? Working capital management. Okay, managing of your day-to-day basis expenditure and inflow and outflow of money in a day-to-day basis. Okay, for your operation and for your daily transaction. So this is working capital management. That's what it's for, short term. Okay, so these are the three major questions that are being used to ask to financial manager. So question 1, 2, 3. The one representing capital budgeting. Number 2 representing capital structure. And the last one is working capital management. Okay, I hope that you know what is all these three about, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you already went through this before. So are you okay? Do you have any questions so far? All right, thank you, Farah, for responding. Okay, so if no one's stopping me, I assume that everyone is okay. Then I'll move on. All right, number 2 now. Number 2, what advantages does the corporate form of organization have over sole proprietorship or partnership? Okay, so this is basically corporate versus sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship SP lah, or partnerships. So first, let me define what is corporate and what is sole proprietorship or partnership first. So in Malaysia, in the Malaysian context, a corporate means at least a sembilan berhad. Okay, overseas, you could call it private limited. Okay, private limited. Whereas for this, sole proprietorship or partnerships, they are enterprise. Okay, they are enterprise. So what are the advantage of corporate having over sole proprietorship and partnership? What are the advantage of being a corporate? So let me show you a few of the advantage. Number 1, easier to transfer ownership. Why is it easier for corporate to transfer ownership? Because a Sembilan Berhad, or also known as a private limited company, are usually being audited by auditors and company secretary. So everything is much more transparent compared to an enterprise, which is all self-managed by the owner. Okay, so it is easier to transfer ownership because all information are more transparent under a corporate. Number two, the owners have limited liability. Okay, you see, the name itself is private limited. Okay, that means it's limited liability. All right. So if the company or the firm under a corporate firm went into bankrupt, the owner are not affected at all. They could be still millionaire or billionaire. Doesn't matter. Okay. Whereas for enterprise, because it's solely owned by the owner themselves. Okay. They can't take any business loan or corporate loan at all. Okay. So if they were to take any loan, it's gonna be personal loan from the owner. So when the personal loan is by the owner, so is the liability limited or not? It's not limited anymore. That means if the company go into default, the owner who use his personal loan to finance he or her company will go into default also, because he won't have money to pay back, and end up the owner might even go into bankrupt, might be declared bankruptcy. Okay, that's number two. Owners have limited liability. Number three, being a corporate, easier to raise fund, easier to raise capital. Why? As a corporate, you can release bond, release stocks. Enterprise cannot. Okay. And lastly, unlimited time. Okay, unlimited life of the business. Not time. Unlimited life of the business. So a corporate will be forever there unless you close it. Whereas an enterprise is a renewal basis. Yes, sir. Based on renewal basis. If you never renew it, gone. Your company, your business, gone. No more there. So these are the four advantages of a corporate have against sole proprietorship and partnership. Okay. Any questions so far? Anyone facing any difficulty understanding? Okay, by the way, thanks Farah again. By the way, just to let you guys know, if you feel that going through my tutorial, sometimes the answer that I given to you is a bit simplified, it's a bit too casual. All right. So the purpose of me doing so is to encourage or try to let students understand the situation so that you know how to you experience or you know what is it about instead of writing out the definition in a textbook form. All right. So if you wanted to find a textbook definition, you may go and look into your lecture slides or even the textbook. So it's up to you lah. But when you come to my tutorial, I don't give you textbook answer because I think you can study that on your own. All right. I try to give you the understanding of how the mechanics works, okay, and how the framework works and so on and so forth. So if you are not comfortable with this delivery method, please let me know. Okay, please let me know. So I will move on since no one are questioning anything. So I move on to number 3 now. Number 3 is telling you what should be the goal of financial manager of a corporation and why. This one very simple. Okay, for those of you that I taught you into the finance before, you should know this. I always tell you what is the goal of a financial manager of a corporation and why. Their job is to maximize stock value. Okay. All right. What should be the goal of financial manager of a corporation? Maximize the stock value. Why are they doing this? Very simple. Maximize shareholders' wealth. This is the ultimate goal. To maximize shareholders' wealth. Simple as that. Okay, so their goal is to maximize the stock value, so the shareholder wealth will be maximized. This is the goal of the financial manager, and this is the reason why they have this goal too. Very straightforward, very easy. Okay, so just move on to question number 4. This is regarding agency problem. Okay, I think by now all of you know what is an agency problem. It's basically conflict of interest between staff and owners. So just remember this example they're going to give you now. So imagine you are a chicken rice store owner. Okay, you are the chicken rice store owner and you are selling chicken rice. All right, you start your operation from 8 to 5 p.m. So let's say if at 5 p.m. by right is your closing time, you still have chicken and you got customers coming in. You as the owner running the shop, will you sell the chicken rice or will you close the shop now? You tell me. You tell me. Come on. Come on, give me some response. All of you are chicken rice owner, chicken rice shop owner. Sell chicken rice. Sell it. Okay, sell it. So what's the reason behind it? Because you want to maximize profit. Okay, so if you are the owner, your shop closed at 5, but you still have chicken and you still have people coming in, you will sell because you want to maximize profit. But change this scenario. If you did not run the shop, but you hire someone else to work from 8 to 5, okay, at 5 o'clock, if someone came and there are still chicken, will your staff sell the chicken rice or not? Or will they sell the chicken or not? There's a high chances. No. Yes. Yep. Not the exact no, okay? Not a definite no, but there's a high chance of them not selling the chicken rice because their working hours 8 to 5. So if they continue selling until when they will stop work. So there's a high chance of them not selling. So this already shows a conflict of interest there. Am I right? Your staff who are being hired to work from 8 to 5 will only stick to his schedule. Whereas if you are the owner running the shop there, and at 5, even though when you are closing time and you still have customers coming in and you still have the chicken to sell, you'll carry on because your goal is to maximize your profit. Okay, but the goal of your staff is to finish work. So this already shown that there's a conflict of interest. Okay, this kind of conflict of interest usually happen in corporates. So they ask you, do you think agency problem arise in sole proprietorship and partnership? So they will still happen, but rarely, because most of the time, sole proprietorship and partnerships are usually run by the owner themselves. Okay? They are usually run by the owner themselves. Right? Can, huh? Okay. So now we are done with those theory question. Now we're coming to some statements here. So it's true and false. All right. We'll go through this pretty quickly because it's just true and false. It's just some statements here. It's very straightforward. So first question here, the board of director is ultimately responsible for all large investment decisions. The answer to this is true. Okay. All large decision-making activities must be approved or must be by a voting system from the board of directors. So this is true. Number 2, a corporation has a legal existence of its own and is based on article of incorporation. Definitely true. Okay, to set up a corporation, there are lists of codes of conduct and also requirement before it could be a corporate. Okay, or because it could become a corporation. Number 3, real assets of a corporation are claims on their financial assets. The answer to this is false. What is real assets? Real assets are tangible assets like land, buildings, cars, and etc. Are these a direct claim on the financial assets? No. Okay, no. Financial assets are something else. Real assets are something else. Okay. Number 4, the treasurer responsibility includes preparation of financial statement. No, it's a false statement also. Okay, preparation of financial statements are completed by the accountant, the accounting clerk. All right. Following on, in large firms, there is usually a CFO, or we call it Chief Financial Officer, who oversees both the treasurer's and the controller's work. Okay, true or false? So big organization, they have CFO. Okay, so CFO act as a supervisor to all the treasurers and controlling work. So the answer to this is true. Okay, it's definitely a true. So 6, the controller responsibilities typically include banking relation and cash management. No lah. Okay, no. It's not necessary. Must include banking relations and cash management. Okay. So basically, not even part of your job. Controller are more towards compliances. Lastly, managers, shareholders, and the firm's debt holders have identical information about the value of the firm. Definitely no. Nobody will give anyone else know the exact figure as what the shareholder know. Okay, so this is definitely a no. All right, debt holder worse. Okay, if you guys owe somebody money, will you tell the person you got how much money now? No, right? If you have no intention to pay, or you have intention to pay later on only, you won't even want your debtor to know how much you have in hand now. Okay, so it's false. It's all common sense here. All right, so do you have any questions so far up to now on the theory questions? Are you okay? All good, very good. All right, very good. Do you need any break before proceeding to tutorial 1B? Anyone need breaks or not? You need break or not? We are just 30 minutes into the class. Do you need any break? We can go on. Can go on, All right, can go on means good. Okay, so we'll talk about chapter 4 now, discounted cash flow valuation. You'll do a lot of calculations, actually basic, simple calculations. All right, and most of you are very familiar with also. Okay, so look at the first question here. They got first Citibank. They got second Citibank. First Citibank are giving out 8% simple interest on its saving account balances, whereas second Citibank are giving you 8% interest compounded annually. So if you made 5,000 deposit in each bank, how much more money would you earn from your second Citibank account at the end of 10 years? So period 10 years. So how much more you earn from second Citibank after 10 years? All right. So start with first Citibank first. First Citibank is giving you simple interest rate. So you deposit $5,000 into it. Each year you will get 8% interest rate. Okay, 0.08. So each year they give you $400. So if you're going to put it for 10 years, it's going to be $4,000. So your total amount will be 5,000 plus 4,000. So you get 9K. Okay, you get 9,000 in whole, in total. All right, let's look at second Citibank. Second Citibank, they tell you is compounded annually. All right, compounded annually. So you need to use this formula. FV equals to PV times 1 plus R power of T. So future value, you don't know. But present value, you know is $5,000. You deposit $5,000 into two different banks. 1 plus R, your R is already given to you. Okay, 8%, 0.08. And T, you put there 10 years. So 10 years later, the total amount that you will get is 10794.62. This is the total amount from Second City Bank. So the question asks you, what, okay, how much more you earn from your Second City Bank account at the end of 10 years? How much more you earn? So just take the Citibank amount 10794.62 minus 9,000. So you make an extra 1794.62 if you use Second City Bank. Okay, Second City Bank will give you 1794.62 extra. Okay, so for this question, for this particular question, some of you think that if you want to use a financial calculator, you can always use it. So key in plus minus 5,000 equals to PV, 8 equals to R, 10 equals to N, compute FV. Then you get 1794.62. Can all simple calculation only. Okay. So moving on to number 2, also simple calculation. Number 2 here, compute the future value of 1,000 compounded annually for A, 10 years at 5%. Okay, so this one, you want to count future value. So future value is equals to present value 1 plus R power of T. I told you just now. Okay, so key in 1,000. All right, multiply by 1 plus 0.05 times with 10 years. What do you get? Those who use calculator, plus minus 1,000 for PV, 5% for IY, interest yield per year, and then your time is 10 years. Compute FV. Okay, you should be getting 1628.89. 1628.89. Try B and C. Okay, take some time to try B and C with your calculator. Make sure you know how to use a calculator. At 10%, FV equals to 1,000, 1 plus 0.1, power of 10. C, 20 years at 5%. FV equals to 1,000, 1 plus 0.05, power of 10. So what do you get? Try to use a calculator. Try to find, see whether can you get the answers or not. Okay, first one I give you the. Second one, you should be getting 2593.74. And last one, you should get 2653.3. Okay, Look at part D. Part D is a very interesting question. Why the interest is earned in part C, not the twice the amount earned in part A? So the question is saying, why this one is 2653.3, not double of 1628.89? Because this one is 10 years at 10% at 5%. This is 20 years at 5%. So very simple. Okay, why C is not double of A? It's very simple because C and A answer is inclusive of the $1,000 capital. So if you take out that $1,000, this is 628.89. This one minus 1,000, you'll be 1653.3. Is this at least double of this or not? Definitely. 628 times 2 is only 12 something. Okay, this is 16 something. So it's definitely more than 2 times. Okay, so the question say what the interest is earned in part C, not twice the amount earned in part A. Very simple, because the final answer inclusive of the initial investment. So the exact one, it should be counting the earning based on interest basis only. So this is 628.89 versus 1653.3. Okay. So definitely C will earn more because it's compounded. Interests are being compounded also. So they will gain a larger lump sum. Cannot. Happy with the explanation, right? No issues. Oh, okay. Very quiet on this class. Although I see a lot of familiar names. By right, I see familiar names should be much more energetic. Right? Okay. So Ken, thank you, Jermaine. All right. Thank you for responding, all of you. So let's move on to question number 3. Number 3, instead of finding future value, they want you to find present value now. Okay. To find present value, the formula is a bit different. So PV equals to FV divided by 1 plus R power of T. Okay. So this is basically the formula only. All right. So key in. If you're using scientific calculator, just put into this formula. A equals to PV. FV is 13827 divided by 1 plus 0.07 power of 6. What's the answer? For those who are using calculator, FV, you put 13827, 7% IY, 6, and compute PV. Very simple. So you should be able to get the figure here. Then next one, feed in. PV equals to 43852, 1 plus 0.15 power of 9. What is the answer? PV equals to 725,380, 1 point plus 0.11 power of 18. Lastly, PV equals to 590,710, 1 plus 0.18 power of 23. So all of the answers that you should get is 9213.51, 12465.48, 110854.15, and lastly 13,124.66. Can you get? Cannot get? Can you cannot get? Are you okay? All can get. You all try with your calculator or not? Please try with your calculator. It's very important to know how to use your calculator. All right. Okay. So we already find PV, we find FV. The next two questions, one gonna find interest rate for sure, and lastly gonna find your years. Okay, gonna find your years. So now question number 4, we find interest rate first. So the formula for interest rate again change a bit, it's different. Okay, it's still derived from FV equals to PV times 1 plus R power of T. Okay, it's still derived from this, but it changed a little bit extra on the figure, on the structure of the equations. It might look a bit more complicated. So to count interest, the formula is R equals to FV divided by PV power of 1 over T minus 1. Okay? This is the formula for interest rate. So if you want to count interest rate, very easy, just fill in R equals to future value 307 divided by 242 power of 1 divided by 4 years T minus 1. Again, those who use financial calculator, key in again. Okay, your FV is 307, PV is plus minus 242, interest rate, don't know, time is 4 years, and compute R. Time is 4 years. Repeat this for the rest of the other 3 equations. Okay, 896 divided by 410 times 1 over 8 minus 1. 162181 divided by 51,700. 1 over 16 minus 1. 483,500 divided by 18,750. 1 over 37. Minus 1. So what are the answers that you can get here? A, you should be getting 0.0613 or 6.13%. So if you realize this, if you're changing it to percentage, you only need to write 2 decimal points. Okay? But if you did not change it in a full number, you need to have 4 decimal points. All right? So B, what do you get for B? 0.1027 or 10.27. C, 0.0741 or 7.41%. And lastly, 0.1279 or 12.79%. Okay? Can you all get the same figure as me? Very good. Okay, very good that all of you get this, most of you responded and you got the same answer. So good. Those who did not get the same answer, please try and practice. Okay, very high chances you might not be able to get the correct answer in the exam. You're too nervous, you're too unfamiliar with your calculator also. So try and practice this at home. Okay, answers given to you, practice until you get the correct one. In the exam, you cannot refer, nothing to refer. So basically, it's really purely depending on your calculator to give you the correct answer. So now, the years, the formula for years is T equals to ln FV, ln FV over PV divided by ln 1 plus R. Okay, so do the same thing like what you do for the first few questions because this is the formula given to you already. So very easy you need. So just key in lah. T equals to ln FV is 1284 divided by 625 ln 1 plus 0.09. Okay, for those who want to use calculator, easy for you. 1284 FV plus minus 625 PV R is 9 IY, and lastly you compute N. Then you can get your answer. So the answer for A is 8.35 years. 8.35 years. All right. So now do for the rest of the question. Okay, try doing for the rest of the question. T equals to ln 4341 divided by 810 how much you get. C and last one ln 173,439 divided by 21,500 and done. Okay, so this is how you count N. Those with calculator, very simple. Just key in and in, then you can compute your N. All right, you must be getting 16.09 years, 19.65 years, 27.13 years. Okay. This one no rocket science, very easy. Something that all of you did before in your intro to finance. So this is very, very basic. All right. Okay. So just as a recap, recap back to you only. So let's move on to do question number 6 together. Question number 6 here. An investor purchasing a British console is entitled to receive annual payment from the British government forever. So you read this question, you see why are they emphasizing forever? You already know this is a perpetuity. When you see forever, never ending, eternity, eternity, what else? Forever, never ending, eternity, yeah, perpetuity. Yes, perpetuity. So all this is talking about one thing only. This formula. PV equals to C over R. This is your present value perpetuity. Okay? So when you see forever, never ending, eternity, perpetuity, you receive a payment constantly forever. Then they're asking you about PV equals to C divided by R. So what is the price of the console that pay 150 annually? $150 annually. If the next payment occur 1 year from today, the market interest rate is 4.6%. So IY is 4.6. Okay, no years given to you. So assuming today is time 0, and then it's forever, eternity. So no need to headache. Whenever you see this, you know PV. They want you to find the present value here. How much should you pay for this console? Okay, so C is this coupon rate 150 divided by R is 0.046. So the total amount that you will be or you should pay to buy this forever payment to you or British console to you, you pay 3260.87. And this this payment of one-time payment will allow you to receive $150 per year forever. Okay, this is perpetuity. Very easy. So perpetuity done. The next one is definitely present value with multiple cash flow. Present value with multiple cash flow. So this present value with multiple cash flow, they're telling you here, Connolly has identified an investment project with the following cash flow. Okay. If the discount rate is 10%, what is the present value of this cash flow? What is the present value at 18 cents? What if lah? What if it's at 18 cents? Okay, this one basically the year 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each year have a different cash flow. 960, 840, 935, and 1350. Okay, you need to find the present value. To find the present value, you discount this backward, discount this 2 years, discount this 3 years, and discount this 4 years. Okay, add up all together, you can get your present value. All right, same formula you use. PV equals to FV divided by 1 plus R power of T. So let's start the first one first by counting if the interest rate is at 10%. So if PV is at 10%, all right, take the first one, 960 divided by 1 plus 10% is 1.1 power of T, plus 840 divided by 1.1 power of 2 plus 935 divided by 1.3, sorry, 1.1 power of 3. And lastly, 1350, 1.1 power of 4. Total all this up together, you get your present value. Repeat this, assuming that the discounted rate now is at 18% instead. So 960 divided by 1 plus 1 plus 0.18 is 1.18. 840, 1.18, power of 2, 935, 1.18, power of 3, and 1350, 1.18, power of 4. Okay? So this is called multiple cash flow. You discount it backwards in the end of the day. All right? So the answer you will get is $3191.49, $2682.22. Okay? For those of you who know how to use your calculator, you need to key in the cash flow into your financial calculator. All right? Just like how you do for your NPV. So recall back that. So if you cannot remember how to use the financial calculator, when the solution is being uploaded on Moodle, you can have a look. They give you the step-by-step guide. Okay? Even after the guide, you still face difficulty, then you need to ask me or see me for consultation purposes. Okay, but usually it's very hard to teach you how to use your financial calculator because some of you are using different model. If you are using the BA2 plus, then it's easy. Just follow the step-by-step shown to you in the solution that your module leader will upload later on or already uploaded. Okay, so use those as a training activities with your calculator. Okay, so we already done with PV, the simple present value. We already done the present value perpetuity. So we haven't do present value annuity yet. PVA. All right, present value annuity. So present value annuity, I don't know whether you can still remember this formula or not. PVA equals to C 1 minus 1 over 1 plus R power of T divided by R. Okay, all right. So look at question number 8 here. An investment offer you 4,900 per year for 15 years. 4,900 for 15 years. Okay, with the first payment occurring 1 year from tomorrow. If the required return is 8%, IY is 8%, what is the value of the investment? Okay, then what would the value be if the payment occurred for 40 years? And what if it's forever? So forever, that one is PV equals to C divided by R again lah. Okay, so you started off with counting PVA for 15 years at 8%. Okay, PVA at 15 years. So just replace into this formula. C is this, 4,900. 4,900. 1 minus 1 plus R divided by R, 0.08. Okay, simple, very easy. Then you can get your answers. So for those who use calculator, you just need to put there FV 0, 8 for IY. Okay, 15 here. Sorry, forgotten about the year. 15 for N, 4,900 for payment, and then you compute PV. Okay, compute PV. So future value is 0 because there is no any value in the future. They never tell you what is the value in the future. So assuming future value is 0. Okay, so if it's a bond, your future value must be 1,000 plus 4,900. All right, so count PVA for 15 years. Repeat the same method. You should get the PVA for 15 years is 41,941.45. Once you get for 15 years, they want you to count for 40 years. Same thing, just put 4,900. 1 minus 1 over 1 plus 0.08 power of 40 divided by 0.08. This is the only difference here, the time. So this will give you 58,430.61. Okay. So this is for 15 years. This is for 40 years. All right. And lastly, they call you to find what if it's forever. So the forever formula is PV equals to C divided by 3. 4,900 divided by 0.08. How much if it's a forever payment to you? So at the present value, you need to pay 61,250 to enjoy 4,900 forever. Can? Cannot? Thank you, Arif. Thank you, Alex. Okay, so it's very easy, right? I think it is too easy already. Too easy already. Okay. Thanks for all the response that you all give me. At least I feel that I'm not alone. If not, it feels so lonely. All right. So let's see. We've got 2 more questions to go. All right. Question 9 actually is pretty much simple. Okay. But a bit changes here. So question 9 here is talking about perpetuity again. You see, the name itself of the insurance is called a perpetual life insurance. Perpetual life insurance is trying to sell you an investment policy that will pay you and your heir 15,000 per year forever. That means you and your upcoming generation all manage to get 15,000 per year forever. I don't know how many generations they'll give you, but yes, they are giving it even your generations, your upcoming generations. $15,000 per year forever. If the required return on this investment is 5.2%. How much will you pay for the policy? So if they're paying you and your next generation $15,000 per year, all right, at the interest rate of 5.2%, how much will you pay for this insurance? So PV equals to C 15,000 divided by R 0.052. So you get the total of $288,461.54. This is the amount you will pay if you want to receive 15,000 per year forever and also for your upcoming generation. Okay, so now second part of the question. Suppose the perpetual life insurance told you the policy cost you $320,000. So now they tell you it's actually worth $320,000. At what interest would this be a fair deal? So now they want you to find the interest. So repeat the same thing. Okay, PV equals to C over R. So this time they give you PV. So PV is 320,000. C is still the same, 15,000. R you don't know. Okay, so in the end, R is 15,000 divided by 320,000. Okay, so this will give you the answer of either 0.0469 or also known as 4.69%. Okay, perpetuity is really very, very easy. No rocket science at all. All right. Okay, now coming to the last and final question. Final and last question is a bit challenging, but it's easy. It's also very easy. It's just that a little bit different, and I think it's interesting. Okay, so they're telling you in the last question here, the present value of the following cash flow stream is 7,300. They give you the present value, 7,300 when discounted at 8% annually. What is the value of the missing cash flow? So there's cash flow 1, 2, 3, and 4. Year 1 got 1,005. Year 2, don't know. And year 3, 2,700. Final year, 2,900. Okay, so they tell you to find the missing cash flow, this one. So how? Very easy. Okay, very easy. Just use the multiple cash flow equation. Okay, just use the multiple cash flow equation. PV 7,300 equals to 1,500 divided by 1 plus 8%. 1 plus 8% is 1.08 power 1 plus x divided by 1.08 power of 2 plus 2,700 divided by 1.08 power of 3, and lastly 2,009 1.08 power of 4. So find out the figure one by one. Okay, then you can find what is x. All right, so 7,300 minus 1,388.89 minus 2,700 divided by 1.08 power of 3 is 2,143.35 minus 2,131.59. So the missing number here is 1,636.18. So 1,636.18 is equals to x divided by 1.08 power of 2. So what is x? X is equals 1,636.18 times with 1.08 power of 2. So you get your x now. 1908.44. Interesting, right? It's easy, right? Okay. So some students will ask how to use financial calculator for this. Okay. Even in the tutorial solution, they give you how to calculate with financial calculator. But I think this question, if you use financial calculator, you've got a very high chance to screw up this section. So I personally recommend you to use this step by step. It's only just 2 steps. Okay, it's just only 2 steps. Such that, of course, you need to replace the discounted rate for the other cash flow. Okay. Yep. So that's wrap up for today's tutorial. Unfortunately, it's a bit short